looking at almost a 100% full fib retrace here on the daily for Tesla. Who would have thought that after hitting these all-time highs in here mid-December, 483s, that we'd be talking about the stock trading under the 200 SMA, not only for one trading session, but for almost a week now. So you can see the difference in where this 200 SMA was here in December, where our highs were up in here for the stock and our 9 EMA, a 9-day EMA. And you can see that we kind of fell all the way back down right below that. Obviously, with our big February pullback in the markets, that's where you're going to get most of this, this exponential moving down here. But really, ever since we hit these highs in December, the market kind of consolidated, and then Tesla kept on falling and falling and falling. Really didn't really catch itself at all, and especially the moves in February kind of expedited everything in here. So on the daily chart, it's all going to be about right here at this 9-day EMA and this 200 SMA. We have to figure out, are we going to get confirmation that this is going to close under and finally cross under and hold below this 200 SMA? Or are we just going to get a nice little squeeze here, consolidation for a couple trading sessions, and then run away again and start working our way higher? So it's all going to be about these two moving averages here on the daily chart. RSI is telling us otherwise. RSI is saying, hey, guess what? Don't worry about any of that. We're oversold. But guess what? It also said we were oversold at the end of February for like 3 weeks ago. And then you can see that we still stayed in oversold territory. So RSI not really meaning anything to us just yet. But if we get a couple more green candles in here, and if we do hold the 250, then we can start looking ahead a little bit here and kind of saying, okay, it looks like this 9-day EMA is going to start to run away again. So this 250 area that we just mentioned, that is going to be a good support for us psychologically. That was the low that we placed in here on our last trading session. If we don't save ourselves there, then it's going to be this 273, or sorry, the 237, 238 area. And you can see that was a little support for us here in November, support for us in October, resistance back in September. So really a long ways to go down if the 250s don't hold. But as long as we trade in between the 250s to 260, 260 to 270, we're holding our head above water and we're consolidating down here and we're looking all right. Now, as far as resistances go, since we did close at 262.67, our next resistance is going to be this 271.78 area here. That's going to be our 78.6 fib level. Above that, it is going to be this 9-day EMA that's currently trading here right around that 285 mark. And then above that, it's going to be this 318 mark here at the 61.8% level. Now, the 300 psychological level that everybody likes to bring up, not really worrying about that here in Tesla because that wasn't a problem for us in the past trying to breach that, right? So you can look back here. You can see between our 78.6 and our 61.8 fib level, it really only took us 4 trading sessions, right? So you had a gap up, 3 greens, and another gap up, and then that was the end of the story there. So we're not really worrying about that 300, more or less going to worry about the 302, 304 mark as our first resistance in there. But really, the main resistance that we want to watch is going to be that 61.8 fib level in here, right around those 318s. But we got a long ways to go before we get there. We do have right around a $20 expected move by this Friday. So perhaps the 285 mark in here or the 281 mark where your 200 SMA is currently trading, that is on the table for this Friday. But also, we can also kind of price in, hey, this 238 might be on the table as well. And we might have to go down here and touch this to kind of confirm that we are going to finally get a run up in here. Following Friday, which is your monthlies, everybody's pricing in right around a $28 expected move. If you go all the way out to April, everybody's looking at right around a $44 expected move in here. And you got decent IV, good volume on everything in here, super liquid. That's kind of how Tesla always trades. So again, you can kind of do whatever you want, but it's all going to be kind of watching and seeing what this 9-day EMA and this 200 SMA decides to do in here. And if we can hold that $250 support range first. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.